44. ज्ञानद्वयेन नष्टेऽस्मिन् अज्ञाने तत्कृतावृत्तिः न भाति नास्ति चेत्तेषां विविधापि विनश्यति परोक्षज्ञानतो नश्येत् असत्त्वावृत्तिहेतुता अपरोक्षज्ञाननाशा हि अभानावृत्तिहेतुता. In the case of Jiva, the seven stages in the pursuit of gaining the knowledge were shown, beginning from Ajnana. And the seven stages are what? Ajnana, Avarana, Vikshepa. These three correspond to the stage of bondage. Then the four stages are, that is, Paroksha Jnana, Aparoksha Jnana, Shokapagama, Nirankusha, Truptihi. These four stages pertain to the state of liberation, either state of liberation or that which leads to liberation. So now these three states, Ajnana, Avarana and Vikshepa, were already explained in detail. To make it clear, Dashamaha Nashtaha example also was cited. So the 10th person is lost, that example also was given. Now, among the remaining four, that is Paroksha Jnana, Aparoksha Jnana, Shokapagama and Trupti. Among these four, the first two means third and fourth and fifth, Paroksha Jnana and Aparoksha Jnana. How do they help to gain moksha? That is what is now being described for that purpose. What exactly Paroksha Jnana dispels? What does the Aparoksha Jnana dispel? So this is now being told. Anvaya 45. Paroksha Jnanataha asattvavritti hetuta nashed. Nashed asattvavritti hetuta nashed asattvavritti hetuta. Paroksha Jnanataha asattvavritti hetuta nashed. Hi abhavnavritti hetuta aparoksha jnana nasha. So, what exactly the paroksha jnana destroys and what the aparoksha jnana destroyed, he explained now. First he take paroksha jnana. So, paroksha jnanataha, by the paroksha jnana. What is paroksha jnana? What is paroksha jnana? लळा म्हणून परिपाठ केला मागील आ विसरून गेला. What is paroksha jnana? Brahma means where there is no aparoksha, means sakshatkara is not there, direct cognition is not there, where atmanubhava is not there, but based on Shruti, yes, I can't be Panchakosha, etc. I am Chaitanya Sarupa. That same Chaitanya is what? Brahma. Or Brahma Asti. There is something called Brahma. Do you know it? I don't know. Brahma Asti. Atma Asti. It is there. How do you say so? Shruti is there, Pramana is there, Shraddha is there, it is there. But have you directly seen it? Seen means experience? No, not yet. So therefore that is what Paroksha Jnana. By that Paroksha Jnana, it says, Asatvavritti hetuta nashed. This is what gets destroyed. What is that gets destroyed? Asatva avritti hetuta. Asatva, which is the cause for avarana. So that which is the cause for avarana. What is asatva? Kutastha Atma is not there. Brahma is not there. So that is what कूटस्थः नास्ति इति आकारका या आवृत्ति. Veiling आवृत्ति is avarana. What type of avarana veiling it is? Kutastha Atma is not there. Talking of some Kutastha Atma, that is Kutastha Atma is not there. That type of avrutti, avarana is what? Kutasthaha nasti iti akaraka ya avrutti. Iti akaraka means of this form, of this nature. Avrutti, avarana. What is that? Kutasthaha nasti iti akaraka ya avrutti. Tasyaha karanam. Its karana, the cause. So, what is actually? Ajnana only. So, therefore, that asattva, that means, therefore he says, Kutastha Atma is not there. So, that goes by what? Paroksha Jnana. So, by Paroksha Jnana, the cause of the veiling that Kutastha Atma is not there, Brahma is not there, that is removed by Paroksha Jnana. Then what does the Aparoksha Jnana do? He, Shastra Prasiddhi, well known, Abhanavruti hetuta Aparoksha Jnanena nasya. Abhanavruti hetuta. So, Abhana Rupa Avruti hetuta. So, what is Abhana? Kutasthaha na bhati. Kutasthaha na bhati. That Kutastha Atma is not known at all. Earlier it doesn't exist. Now it is not known. So that is how earlier this Avruti that is non-existence and not knowing, these were shown earlier. So that Abhana Avruti hetuta Aparoksha Jnana nasya is Aparoksha Jnanena nasya is destroyed by Aparoksha Jnana. Means Kutastha Atma is not there. This wrong notion is removed by Paroksha Jnana. I don't know Kutastha Atma is removed by Aparoksha Jnana. In this way, Paroksha Jnana and Aparoksha Jnana both help us to get rid of the wrong notion about the Kutastha Atma. Now, what is the phala of such knowledge? Paroksha. First, which is the first one? Aparoksha Jnana is first or Paroksha Jnana first? Paroksha. First Paroksha, then Aparoksha. So means when Aparoksha is gained, Paroksha has fructified into Aparoksha. What is the result? Let us say. Now the result, two types of result. What are those? Shokapagama and Tripti, which is Nirankusha Tripti. So now out of that, first, that Shokapagama, this result is shown. Abhanavarane nashte Jivatvaropa samkshayat Kartrutvadyakila shokaha Samsarakhyo nivartate Abhanavarane nashte Jivatvaropa samkshayat Samsarakyaha Kartrutvadyakhilaha shokaha nivartate. Samsarakyaha Kartrutvadyakhilaha shokaha nivartate. When this takes place, what takes place? Abhanavarane nashte. When both Abhana and Avarana are destroyed. What is destroyed by what? Bhana is direct cognition. Abhana is absence of direct cognition. That is a na bhati. Avarana na asti. By both Paroksha Jnana and Aparoksha Jnana, when both the Abhana, that is absence of direct cognition, and the veiling, when both these are removed, means by direct cognition, that is Bhana, that is Aparoksha Jnana, by that when this is gone, is it, what happens? Jivatvaropa samkshaya. Jivatvaropasya samkshaya. When this is totally destroyed, aropa, that false attribution, adhyasa, superimposition, that I am a jiva, I am a samsari jiva, this wrong notion, when is totally not simply kshayat, samkshayat, because samyak nashat. Otherwise, in the sleep, temporarily jivatva status is not there. Total ignorance is gone now, totally. The notion that I am a samsari jiva when totally destroyed. How it is destroyed? Because of aparoksha jnana. When aparoksha jnana is there, means paroksha jnana is already over. So then what happens when this aparoksha jnana totally destroys the notion that I am samsari jiva by the direct or the aparoksha anubhava of atma swarupa kutasthatma? Then what happens? Samsarakhyaha kartrutvadi akhilaha shokaha nivartate. Entire all shoka retires, means gets dispelled. What is that shoka? Samsarakhyaha, which is popularly called as what? Samsara. What exactly it is? Consisting of kartrutvadi akhilaha shokaha. All shoka comprising kartrutva adi. Kartrutva means I am the doer. Adi for bhoktrutva, not simply bhoktrutva, I am the experiencer. Mantrutva, drashtrutva, seer, thinker, all these wrong notions, what happened? And born of these, shokaha nashyati, nivartate. All shoka goes. What is shoka? Sorrow. What? I want Sanskrit word only. Manasastapaha. Mana, that means mental affliction. Your physical cause may be something, but shoka is always at the level of the mind. So that mental affliction. Shoka, moha, Bhagavad Gita, 2 words. Those who have studied Bhashya Bhagavad Gita. Manasastapaha, and then moha is viveka bhavaha, absence of viveka. So, therefore, kartrutvadi akhilaha shoka. See, the author has equated shoka to kartrutvadi. How is it? So long as kartrutva, bhoktrutva, mantrutva are there, shoka is inevitable. And kartrutva, bhoktrutva, etc. come when you identify with the body. When you identify with the body, shoka is inevitable. That is why in sleep, temporarily, shoka is not there. Why? No identification with the body. But unfortunately, ignorance continues to be there, and that is why even after waking up, the good old samsara continues. So samsarakhya shoka continues if knowledge is not gained. So therefore, kartrutvadi akhilaha shokaha, that is called samsarakhya, nivartate. So that means it gets dispelled, it gets destroyed. This is the first one, result of aparoksha jnana. Other one is what? Nirankusha truptihi. That is now described. Nivrutte sarva samsare nitya muktatva bhasana nirankusha bhavet truptihi punah shoka samudbhavat sarva samsare nivrutti nitya muktatva bhasanat punah shoka samudbhavat nirankusha truptihi bhavet. Sarva samsare nivrutti nitya muktatva bhasanat punah shoka samudbhavat nirankusha truptihi bhavet. So when by aparoksha jnana the samsara, the shoka called samsara comprising kartrutva etc., that is gone, then he says sarva samsari nivrutti. When the entire samsara is eliminated, terminated, no more it is there, then what happens? What is the Atma Swarupa that is now directly cognized? Nitya Muktatva Bhasana. Bhasana because of direct cognition, because what is called as Atma Anubhava, because what is called as Aparoksha Anubhava. And what is that Aparoksha Anubhava? Nitya Muktatva. My Swarupa, Chaikutastha Atma is Nitya Muktaha. Nitya Mukta means never was Atma bound. This is a direct discovery, not just repeating the statement of the Shastra, because Aparoksha Jnana is there. So then how did you take yourself to be bound earlier? That is the mistake I committed. See, it is not that earlier I was bound, now I get liberated. No. Earlier also I was Mukta only, but I mistook myself to be bound. Now I discover that I am ever bound. Just like the passing clouds in front of the sun. We say the sun is covered, and when the clouds pass away, we say the sun is revealed. Sun was neither covered nor revealed. So what was covered? Our eyesight was covered by the presence of the clouds. Clouds moved away and the sun is revealed. Sun was always free from the covering of the cloud. So likewise, Atma Swarupa, I am bound also is a vritti at what level? Antakarana level, which is illumined, made known by who? Chaitanya Rupa Atma. The Chaitanya Rupa Atma, Kutastha Atma is free from that vritti, that which gives you bondage notion. After Aparoksha Jnana, when directly you know, I am free, even that I am free also is what Antakarana vritti made known, illumined by who? Chaitanya. That Chaitanya which makes you know the notion of both bondage and liberation, is free from both bondage and liberation. But I mistook myself to be bound, therefore what? This moksha is required. So therefore he says, Nitya Muktatva Bhasana, because Kutastha Atma is Asanga Chidrupaha. So that Asanga Chidrupa Kutastha Atma is directly what? Is what directly cognized. So Nitya Muktatva Bhasana. So Nitya Muktatva Bhasana. So that is fine. So that is described. But what is the guarantee that the sorrows will not come back? This samsarakhya shoka gone, that is true. What is the guarantee it will not come back? It must have gone for a walk, evening walk. Baad mein aayega wapas to pay visit to you. So therefore, what the guarantee? It is not like health, etc. After long therapy, you get rid of that relapse. May be possible. Not that it is there, but it is possible. Like that, is so much of effort. What else shoka has gone, again what happens? It may come back. Maybe this life no, but again what will come? Next birth will come, and then what happens? All efforts are waste. So no guarantee. No. Punaha shoka samudbhava. Punaha shokasya asamudbhava. Once aparoksha jnana is gained, if ajnana is destroyed, again shokasya asamudbhava. Asamudbhava means there is no possibility whatsoever of the shoka again appearing, because ignorance once gone cannot come back. So punaha shoka samudbhava. So the tripti, Atma itself is again see, nitya muktatva bhasana. That nitya mukta Atma itself is what? Paramananda Swarupa. That is directly cognized. So therefore, and there is no possibility whatsoever of shoka returning, and therefore the tripti that one gains is what? Nirankusha triptihi bhavi. Nirankusha tripti bhavi. Nirankusha means that is unfettered, unrestrained. You know what is ankusha? A spear type which is used to control the elephant. They just pierce at the ear. If the elephant doesn't behave properly, they pierce near the ear, and very painful. And the elephant comes to senses. So that is ankusha. Ankusha means a check, restraint. What is called as a goad or a hook That's what they call. A goad or a hook, that is what is called as the ankusha. Nirankusha means unfettered, unrestrained. So without any limitations whatsoever. So nirankusha, it can be also, it is that which is limitless, or what is called as niravadhihi. Nirankusha means niravadhihi, limitless. So unrestrained, that is unfettered. So that trupti comes. Why? Myself is Paramananda Sarupa. No possibility of even the least trace of sorrow. Sorrow belongs to Upadhi, not to Kutastha Atma, free from Upadhi. Now, doubt is really like this. What is this? All this 7 chapter exposition on one mantra from Brihadaranyaka. What is that? Atmanam ched vijaniyat ayamasmiti purushaha kimichan kasya kamaya shariram anu sanjvare. So this is the entire chapter is the vyakhyana of this particular mantra. So if that is the case, that is, if Atma is known, this is the result. Why you have brought these 7 stages in between here? What is the necessity of these 7 stages? Fine, if you bring this way, aparoksha jnana, accepted. Shoka nivritti, well and good. Nirankusha trupti, well and good. But why these 7 stages? And these 7 stages belong to whom? Atma or somebody else? Chidabhasa. They belong to Chidabhasa. Now 7 stages belonging to Chidabhasa you are describing in such a detail, but the topic is about who? Atma. Why this unnecessarily you are bringing? The purpose is shown. See that aparoksha jnana means paroksha jnana is already included. Shokapagama, which results in the nirankusha tripti. Both these belong to whom? Atma or Chidabhasa. One may mistake that these belong to whom? Atma. It is not correct. They belong to whom? Chidabhasa. Then fine, you tell that. But to show that these two belong to Chidabhasa, we have to show other stages of Chidabhasa also along with the rest. This also belongs to Chidabhasa. Atma is Nitya Mukta. There is neither Bandha is there nor Moksha is there. Neither Shoka is there to have Shokapagama, nor the Nirankusha Trupti is there because there is no Samkushatva itself is not there. So all these belong to who? Chidabhasa. Only for that purpose this is said. Aparoksha jnana shoka nivrityakhe ubhe ime avasthe jivage brute atmanam chediti shrutihi. Jivage aparoksha jnana shoka nivrityakhe ime ubhe avasthe atmanam brute. Atmanam chediti, not brute. Atmanam chediti shrutihi brute. Atmanam chediti shrutihi brute. That Brihadaranyaka mantra, Atmanam ched vijaniyat. Actually, do you know what does it speak? Both vijaniyat accounts for the aparoksha jnana. Kimichan kasya kamaya shariram anusanjoret shows the shokapagama. Both these belong to who? Chidabhasa and not to Atma. That is what is meant there. You may not get it directly as such. To make it known, we have to give all the stages of Chidabhasa. So, Jivage, Jivage means Jivagate, belonging to Jiva, pertaining to Jiva. Chidabhasa means what? Dehadvaya yuta Chidabhasa is Jiva. Chidabhasa endowed with the gross and the subtle body is considered as the Jiva. To that Jiva, Jivage, Jivagate, these two avasthas, what are those? Aparoksha Jnana. What is Aparoksha Jnana? Brahmasmiti Sakshatkaraha. That's Sakshatkara. Direct cognition, Atmanubhava. I am Brahma Swarupa, not just a repetition of a statement. So that is what Aparoksha Jnana. Shoka Nivritti. So elimination, termination of shoka. What is that shoka? Kartritvadi lakshana samsara. So that is shokasya means kartritvadi lakshanasya samsarasya nivritti. Shoka nivritti. So shokasya kartritvadi lakshanasya samsarasya nivritti. So this aparoksha jnana shoka nivrityakhe. Akhe means these two called so. Ime ubhe, these two. So these two. So belong to whom? Say they belong to Jivage, belong to the Jiva. Avasthe, ime ubhe avasthe. These two states belong to Jiva. This is what is pointed out by Atmanam Ched Vijaniyat mantra of Brihadaranyaka. So that one, Atmanam Chediti Shrutihi Brute. So this Shruti, Atmanam Ched Vijaniyat, etc., that is what it points out. So that is to know these states, two states belonging to whom? Chidabhasa Rupa, Jiva, and not to Atma. All 7 states have to be told. Otherwise it is not possible to know like that. Now, in these 7 stages, it was pointed out that Atma can be a Vishaya, object of both Paroksha Jnana and Aparoksha Jnana. But a person here doubts like this. In stanza 21, Ayamityaporokshatvam, while giving the meaning of the word Ayam from the Shruti, Atmanam Ched Vijaniyat Ayamasi Purusha, what was told there? Ayam stands for Aparokshatva's nature of Atma. Ayamiti Aparokshatvam Uchyate. Ched Uchyatam is accepted. So, Ayam, this stands for Aparoksha nature of Kutastha Atma is told. And in these 7 stages, what you have pointed out, Atma can also become Paroksha, means object of Paroksha. For that the doubt is raised like this. Ayamityaporokshatvam tadvivi uktam tadvividham bhavet Vishayasva prakashatva Dhiyapevam tadikshana. See, the doubt, I will give Anvaya afterwards. The doubt is like this. In stanza 21, Ayamiti aparokshatvam, there what was told? Ayamiti, by this word Ayam, this Shabda Ayam, Atma is of the nature of aparoksha was told. Now, if that is the case, so Atma is Vishaya of Aparoksha Jnana only, then Atma cannot be the Vishaya object of Paroksha Jnana. So what do you mean by Aparokshatva of Atma? Or that Ayam stands for Aparoksha, what do you mean by that? Ayam word speaks of or makes us know the Aparoksha nature of Atma. Ayam, this, it reveals that Atma is Aparoksha. So Aparoksha. And Aparoksha means What is it? That which is revealed without the any other jnana sadhana. I am. No, I am. You don't need indriyas or mind, etc. It is self. It is self-evident. I am. Look at this is the book in front of me. What you need? Eye or at least touch, etc. You need. Perception is required. I am. No perception required. No mind also is required, because in sleep, after waking up from sleep, I recollect I was there. Mind also was not there. So it is swaprakasha. It is self-evident. So that being the case, so that ayam word speaks of aparokshartha of the Atma. Now if that is the case, Atma cannot be the Vishaya of the, that is Paroksha Jnana. It is not possible. So to show that though Atma is Aparoksha, it can also be Paroksha. For that purpose, what is being done is, the Aparoksha Jnana is now divided. So he splits it. How Aparoksha Jnana can be two ways. One actual direct, other in terms of information. Take Anvaya. Ayamiti. There you add padasya or shabdasya yad. Ayam iti shabdasya yat. This much you add. Shabdasya yat or padasya yat. Shabda pada, one and the same meaning. Ayam iti shabdasya yat. Let's continue. Aparokshatvam uktam. Aparokshatvam uktam. Tad. Tad vividham bhavet. Tad vividham bhavet. Then add ekam vishaya swaprakashatvat. Ekam to be added. Vishaya swaprakashatvat. Then add dvitiyam evam dhiya tadikshanat. Add there dvitiyam, then continue evam dhiya api. Dhiya api also is there. Evam dhiya api tadikshana. Tadikshana. So it is accepted by the word ayam. Ayam. Which ayam it is? Atmanam ched vijaniyat, etc. So by that word ayam, what is stored is ayam padasya. That word ayam. So by that what is revealed? Aparokshatvam uktam. Yad, whatever, aparokshatvam. Where it is uktam? In stanza 21. In stanza 21, the word reveals or speaks of aparokshatva nature of Atma, whatever that was told. That aparokshatva. So aparokshatva. And what, aparokshatva of what? Of the knowledge. So that tad. Tad means tad jnanasya. Aparoksha jnanasya on account of what? Being available as paroksha and aparoksha. That knowledge is twofold. So there tad dvividham is that. Tat means that jnanasya parokshatva paroksha bhedena. That knowledge being of two types. What are the two types? Paroksha and aparoksha. It is twofold. Dvividham bhavet. Dvividham bhavet. What is that twofold knowledge? Ekam. One of them is like this. It is like this aparoksha. How is it? Vishaya swaprakashatva. Vishaya Swaprakasha means Atma itself is self-evident, and when it's Swaprakasha, it is aparoksha, doesn't need any other pramana, any other jnana sadhana is not sadhanam, is not required. So Vishaya Swaprakasha. Then what is that second type of aparoksha? He says, Evam dhiya api tadikshana. See, basic aparokshatva is what? Direct cognition of Atma Swarupa without the intervention of any other means of knowledge, without any other jnana sadhana. Other one is evam dhiya api ikshana. Knowing so by buddhi. What evam means like this. What do you mean by like this? Kutastha Atma is aparoksha swaprakasha. How do you know? I understand based on Shruti. But direct cognition is there? Direct cognition is not there. So there is no direct cognition. So Atma is aparoksha, so is understood by the buddhi. How do you know? Shruti says. And I also can verify that I am self-evident. Atma is self-evident. But the Swayam Prakashatva in its true nature is not yet directly cognized. Evam means Tadvidam Vishaya. Vishaya Swaprakasha. Here Vishaya stands for Chidrupa Atma Kutastha Atma. So the Vishaya is not any object here. So Chidrupa Atma, that is what is called as Vishaya. Vishaya Swaprakashatva. So that is first one. Then Dvitiyam is Evam. Evam means Chidrupa Atma is Swaprakasha iti evam tadikshana. Tadikshana tasya Chidrupasya Swaprakashasya Atmanaha Ikshanat. Ikshanat is Avalokanat. Knowing so. This way it is available in two-fold ways. Fine. Aparoksha jnana is twofold, accepted. But how it is going to help us? Now let us see. What are we going to get out of that? So what relation that aparoksha jnana? One, Swayam Prakashatva directly. Other one, Atma is so, knowing through the intellect. How is it going to help us in this particular context that Atma cannot be the object of Paroksha Jnana? Listen. Remember, what is the problem here? The doubt is Atma cannot be the object of Paroksha Jnana. Why? Ayam speaks of Aparokshatva. How do you say it is of Vishaya of Paroksha Jnana? For that, Aparoksha Jnana can be taken two ways. How it helps, let us see now. Paroksha jnana kalepi Vishaya swaprakashata Sama brahma swaprakasham Asti tevam vibodhanat. Add there Atmanaha to be added. Paroksha jnana kale api Vishaya swaprakashata sama. Vishaya swaprakashata sama. Swaprakasham Brahma asti iti evam vibodhana. Swaprakasham Brahma asti iti evam vibodhana. Atmanaha paroksha jnana kalepi. So what is paroksha jnana of Atma? Kutastha Atma is there. And that Kutastha Atma is Swaprakasha or Paraprakasha? Swaprakasha, Kutastha Atma is there. This is what? Paroksha Jnana. How do you know that? Dhiya. With your buddhi. When you know with your buddhi that Kutastha Atma, Swaprakasha Atma is there, does the Atma become Paroksha? Does it become an object of your buddhi? Think properly. See, Kutastha Atma, who is Saprakasha, is there. When you know that it is Paroksha Jnana, at that time, Kutastha Atma remains Paroksha or Aparoksha? Aparoksha. Atma remains Aparoksha only. But your knowledge is what? It is Aparoksha. Directly you are not yet cognized. So it is there. Still Abhana is there. You know, Sattva is gone, but Abhana still continues. If Abhana gone, you directly know that it is Aparoksha. But still Abhana is there. And direct cognition is not there. So therefore he says, Atmanaha Paroksha Jnana Kalepi. Even when a person knows Atma indirectly, that Kutastha Atma is there, Vishaya Swaprakashata Sama. That Vishaya means whose Vishaya? Vishayasya Chidrupasya Atmanaha Brahmanaha Swaprakashata. That self-evident nature of Atma, even when you know that such Atma exists, it is what? Swaprakasha, self-evident. It is not going to, suddenly Atma doesn't become an object of your eyes or buddhi. It doesn't become so. That is, so Vishaya Swaprakashata. Vishaya means here, Vishayasya Brahmanaha or Chidrupasya Atmanaha Swaprakashata Sama. Sama means same, means identical. Na virodha. When you know Atma parokshataha as like this, that Swaprakashatva is there intact. Only because you know paroksha doesn't mean that Atma has become your object of cognition. No. That aparokshatva still remains. So how do you say so? Swaprakasham Brahma asti iti evam vibodhana. What is your knowledge? Brahma is there. What type of Brahma is there? Swaprakasha Brahma is there. You don't take Paraprakasha Brahma is there at that time. What is there only? Swaprakasham Brahma asti. Brahma, which is Swaprakasha, is there. Iti vibodhana. That is the knowledge. So that being the case, even at the time of gaining Paroksha Jnana, don't think that Atma or Brahma suddenly becomes object of your knowing. No. But your knowledge is incomplete. Your knowledge is based on Shruti and your Shraddha. Shraddha. Because you are Astikaha, Shraddha is there. You have reasons to accept what Shruti has said, and therefore you say like Apta Vachana. Dashamaha Asti. He is going to explain that. See, Dashamaha, 10th person, is Paroksha or Aparoksha. You know the 10th person who was counting? Dashamimite iti Dashamaha. Paroksha or Aparoksha. That 10th person, does he not know that I am there? Paroksha or Aparoksha? Aparoksha, self-evident. But when that but why they were searching? 10th person was lost. When the Aptaha told Dashamaha Asti, and they have no reasons to refute him, and they have a Shraddha, he says what? Dashamaha Asti. Still, does he not I am the 10th person? No. So that means Dashamaha Asti now Paroksha. But when it is Paroksha, I am which is Aparoksha, is it going to get terminated? It is going to be there. Though he takes 10th person is there, I am is always Aparoksha is there. So that means me, Though aparoksha always has got presented here as what? Paroksha, because of what? Ajnana. So therefore he says, Swaprakasham Brahma Asti iti evam vibodhana. That paroksha jnana, what type of paroksha jnana it is there? Brahma is there. What type of Brahma? Swaprakasha. He doesn't say paraprakasha Brahma is there. Or Brahma I can see with the eye or hear with the ear. He doesn't say. Self-evident Atma Brahma is there. That is what Purusha. Who told you? Apt Guru Vakya or Shruti Vakya. So that is how vibodhana. Now still the doubt is, when Brahma is Swaprakasha, Swaprakasha means self-evident. And self-evident has to be aparoksha only, not paroksha. Because in paroksha what happens? You, the knower, is different and something is known with the help of something else. Aparoksha is what? Yourself, who is what? Is revealed without the help of anything else. Self-evident nature of Brahma has to be known through the self-evident nature of Atma. You know why? For you, Brahma is first known or Atma is first known or I is first known. You forget Atma. We have to start from which level? I, because I is something which is Swaprakasha. But that I today appears to be what? Samsari. Take to Vichara. And how that I Atma is asamsari has to be decided. And that I which is asamsari, that is Brahma. Who has to tell you? Shruti has to come and tell Pramana. That is where the Pramana comes. So therefore now, this Brahma, which is identical with Atma, and Atma is Swaprakasha, Brahma also must be Swaprakasha. How it became, still how is it possible for that to become the object of what? The Paroksha Jnana. So for that it says that Brahma is Pratyak Swarupa. This aspect is not taken into consideration. Pratyak Ansha. Pratyak Ansha means verily me. This aspect is not taken into consideration and therefore it appears to be so. Aham, by the way, stanza 49 to 57 discuss or ascertain the status of knowledge in the case of Paroksha Jnana. Paroksha Jnanasya Pramatva Nishchayaha. Paroksha Jnanasya Pramatva Nishchayaha 49 to 57 means ascertaining the status of knowledge in the case of Paroksha Jnana. What it means is, Paroksha Jnana, indirect knowledge also is knowledge and it is not Brahma. Opposite is what? It is Prama and not Brahma. Paroksha Jnana also is, of course, it may be not adequate, but it is knowledge, it is not delusion. So it is not Brahma, it is knowledge. So from that standpoint it says, so 49 to 57. Aham Brahmetyanullikhya Brahmasti teva mullikhe Paroksha jnanametanna Bhrantam Badha Nirupanat Paroksha Jnanam अहम ब्रह्मेति अनुल्लिख्य ब्रह्म अस्ति इति एवं उल्लिखेत। ब्रह्म अस्ति इति एवं उल्लिखेत। एतत् भ्रांतं न, एतत् भ्रांतं न बाधा निरूपणा, बाधा निरूपणा, बाधा निरूपणात इज बाधायाः अनिरूपणा, बाधायाः अनिरूपणात् बाधा निरूपणा. That nirupana is anirupana actually. So what exactly does Paroksha Jnana do? Paroksha Jnanam does this. What does it do? Aham Brahma iti anullikhya. Ullikhya means referring to, alluding to. Anullikhyam therefore means without referring to, without alluding to the fact that aham Brahma, without referring to the fact that I am Brahma, aham Brahma iti anullikhya. Paroksha Jnana does this job. That is, why it is not, why doesn't Paroksha Jnana refer that I am Brahma? Aparoksha Jnana still not there. Direct cognition is not there. Atma Anubhava still is not there. So therefore, because of the absence of that aparoksha anubhava or absence of what is called as sakshatkara, what does Paroksha Jnana do? Aham Brahma iti anullikhya, without referring to Brahma as myself. What does it do? It simply reveals this thing. Brahma asti iti evam ullikhet. The Paroksha Jnana takes as what? Brahma asti. And what type of Brahma asti? Not aprakasha. Swaprakasha Brahma only is there. That is what it refers to or objectifies. Om swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahisha go brahmanebhya shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।